Welcome back everybody to the channel. A little late for me to doing a recap review, so I ain't going to be on here for a while at all probably, but if you're watching this on demand or watching this live whenever you guys get here, please hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't already. Welcome to the stream, Yusuf. Appreciate you for being in here. Now, I say late, right? I say late. And especially if you're in the UK or anything, it is 4 a.m., right? Or 4:15, 4:16, whatever. Okay, so if you can't tell, I'm as white can be. If you see my face like this, look, my arm as well. I got sunburnt yesterday, right? And I think being sunburnt makes me just more tired overall and everything. I don't know, but yeah, so I'm kind of feeling like stiff, like I don't really want to move that much. So I'm feeling kind of stiff and everything, so But we're going to talk about this Raw recap from Boston. Very good crowd tonight. Solid show tonight as well. They built very good towards Money in the Bank. Okay, so yeah, I was in my dad has a pool and everything, and it was cloudy, and then the sun came out. I didn't think nothing of it. I should have put sunscreen on for sure. So I feel kind of stiff, but this ain't the worst sunburn I've ever had. There was one time I was on a float, and I literally fell asleep, and oh my gosh, that was the worst one I've ever had. Worst one. But Raw tonight, very solid, great build for Money in the Bank. Great build. Great build. Look, it is quite amazing how, used to when we had Vince and everything, you had Royal Rumble, WrestleMania season, you had that hype. Then you had, the little SummerSlam, Survivor Series, a little hype and all that. Now we have it all year round where the booking, to a very big degree, is consistent with doing something else, something newer, or just the story actually makes sense, and we don't have like a dead period where we're like, yeah, they're not really doing good with this or that. Very good stuff. So we started off the show tonight with Jey Uso. Main event, Jey Uso. Boy, Jey, I don't know how they're going to circle him back to the Bloodline storyline, but what's up, William? Welcome to the stream. I don't know what they're going to do, and oh yeah, here we go. I don't know how they're going to circle him back to the Bloodline storyline and all that good stuff. Because Jey is so over by himself that it's kind of crazy and insane. But he was talking tonight and saying, no one's going to beat him, yada, 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 just like they do. And someone's going to interrupt. And I think he mentioned Chad Gable's name. Chad Gable interrupted him. And, of course, Chad Gable has been getting hunted down by the Wyatt Six. And I wonder what the Usos' entrance even looks like when they get back together. I don't know. And the crazy thing is, Jimmy needs it more than anything, but Jey doesn't need it. When you have a tag team pairing, and they're amazing as a tag team, and they split off, there's always that one that is just better than the other, right? Like with Matt and Jeff, for the most part, it was Jeff. Now, Matt, throughout the years, have gotten better, but at the beginning, it was Jeff. Bubba Ray and Devon. Bubba Ray was so much better by himself than Devon was. So, Jimmy Jannetty. So, that's why Jimmy needs it the most, but they didn't really give Jimmy that much favors with him being by himself or anything like that. So, but Jay and Gable had a very good segment here, and they went back and forth with like striking each other and everything. And then we have the lights go out, Wyatt 6, and we have the dun, dun, that eerie sound of the Wyatt 6. And I am telling you right now, and I will forever say this, the presentation of the Wyatt 6 through the 3 weeks that they've been on television has been amazing. And I don't think it'll stop, because with Bo Dallas, Taylor Ratonia, in creative with Rob Fiend and everyone that's going to be a part of this, is going to make sure the group is presented so well, because this is for Bray. So this has been amazing, and I don't think it's ever going to stop. I think the presentation is going to be phenomenal every time. Tonight was no difference. The presentation of the Wyatt 6 with Gable going out to the crowd. And look, I'm going to just say this. Thank God that USA doesn't black out the screens and everything. Yes, and that's why I loved all about it. It made you feel like, oh my God, I feel sorry for Chad Gable and everything. It made you feel sorry for Gable, really. Even though he's not in the wrong, but or he is in the wrong, and you shouldn't feel sorry for him. Let me, back myself up. But thank God that the USA Network only bleeps out the cuss words and doesn't do a black screen for any little thing. But, boy, I cannot wait until Raw is on Netflix. The little holy shit chants and anything else, chants, we can at least hear it. Like, let the crowd be heard. Like, I don't get the censor of these networks, but it is what it is. It's the networks. But Netflix is not going to have them be censored. Yeah, I don't know. And, like, my question is, I get it's got to be with the networks. It can't be with WWE. Because look at the stuff Triple H is doing with some of the storylines with the Wyatt 6. You got Liv and Dom with, something going on there. So it's like, can't be on WWE's end of censorship. It's got to be in the networks. So I don't know. But yeah, Triple H was complaining about it. But this presentation of the Wyatt 6 with Gable walking up and then walking to another thing, and boom, there's another member, and this and that, and then going to the crowd. And then you had, then towards the end, you had Abby, which is Nikki Cross, give Michael Cole a second VHS tape. And I knew when we got this tape at, what time was it? It was just at the beginning, so what? 8:30-ish, something like that. I knew it was going to be at the 10 o'clock hour where they were going to show it, because that's what they did last week. So I was thinking, I was like, okay, so we're going to have to wait another hour and a half or so for the tape, which, in hindsight, is kind of ridiculous that we have to wait an hour and a half when they literally, send it to someone and they just have to get it and play it. An hour and a half waiting on that is kind of ridiculous, but I get it. Yes, it's a genius way to keep people on the product and everything, to have to watch and see what is on the tape. But in hindsight, an hour and a half is kind of ridiculous if you think about it. But what's up? Welcome to the stream, man. But it's just kind of ridiculous. But it is what it is. Great segment to start off Raw. This was very good with Chad Gable and Jey Uso and the Wyatt Six. Chad Gable and Jey Uso next week on Raw, 1-on-1. I'm not going to tell you my predictions, but that tells me right there that maybe both of those men are not winning. I could be wrong, but that just seems, it gives it a more unpredictable factor, and my predictions will be, let's see, Wednesday, Thursday. I will go live Thursday for my preview and predictions. I don't think I will have a TKW this week. It's going to be a lot of match simulations for Money in the Bank that I will be doing on the channel. So that'll be starting tomorrow. But my prediction for the men's Money in the Bank might surprise y'all. Then we go to Damian Priest and Dominic Mysterio. Yeah, so I don't know. You might have 2 interferences in that match. Maybe. I don't know. But Damian and Dom was talking, and then, could you imagine? Nikki is going to be a big part of it, though. And that, honestly, that's what might happen. That's a very good shout-out right there. That might very well happen. Damian and Dom backstage and everything. And Damian was like, hey, you got to get this lit. Well, you said that for a couple of weeks now, blah, 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 blah. He said, have you talked to Rhea? And I said, yeah, I've talked to Rhea. We're all good. He said, oh, that's funny. I talked to her, and she seemed a little pissed. And you're getting a little breadcrumbs of Rhea's going to come back very soon. So, I think them playing that off is really good. So you had them go into the locker room, and then Dom's like, look, she's here. And it looked like she was having fun with JD Bobblehead and Finn Balor. And this was very good right here. And it's going to be a foreshadow of what might happen at Money in the Bank, as I will talk about it more on Thursday with my predictions. But Finn and Damian had a very good back and forth here, where Finn had so many good points of, hey, you've changed since you became champion. But in the eyes of us, he's trying to be by himself and not need y'all's help so he can be a fighting champion. So he's changing his character for the good, Damian is. But it seems like to Finn that he's going the opposite way. Very good stuff here going back and forth. And Finn brought up a very good points, but we'll see what happens. We got Damian and Seth Rollins. There's a segment later on that we'll talk about after this. Next up, I'm not going to talk about all of the show, but Liv Morgan, Selena Vega, women's world title on the line. This was a very solid match. The crowd was into it. Dominic came out. Ray came out. It did add more to the match, I will say, and more interest to it. And Liv Morgan in this role is absolutely fantastic. This was a great role. And look, she might not be in this role if Rhea didn't get hurt. So sometimes injuries are unfortunate, but in this case, it might have helped Liv overall to what character she is at now. I don't know, but I don't know how the story would have played out if Rhea wasn't injured, but I can't imagine it would be something like this, though. I couldn't imagine that. But Liv Morgan, Selena was a very solid match, but Dom over here helping Liv win basically again. So I think a little after this, you had Seth come out, and then instead of Damian Priest, Finn Balor came out. And they had a little back and forth, and then Damian came out. And then they just went back and forth, and then next thing you know, Finn attacks Seth. Seth goes on the offense to him, and then Damian with a South Side of Heaven chokeslam. That South Side of Heaven chokeslam is a beautiful, beautiful move. It's just a little bit different from a regular chokeslam, and that's what I like about it. It's just a little different. And they stood tall, but it looked like Damian and Finn was not really on the same page here once again. So that's going to be a big intel to Money in the Bank, and I will talk more about that Thursday when I do my preview and predictions. Alright, so this right here, this part, made no sense. It made no sense at all. We had Ivy Neal, Zoe Starks versus Dakota Kai for the final women's Money in the Bank ladder match spot. And some people on social media was going way too far because of Dakota losing. And trust me, I get it. Dakota Kai should have won this. Yes, Zoe Starks has zero pop every time. I don't know. I'm trying to figure out what Triple H loves about Zoe or likes about Zoe or something like that. I don't know. I'm still trying to figure it out. I saw this triple threat and I'm thinking, oh, Dakota was winning. I'm sorry, but I get having one person that was in the Money in the Bank ladder match from the year before in this one, but why two? Io and Zoe's in it, and they were... Why? Why do two people need to be in the Money in the Bank ladder match that was in it last year? That's why I was thinking, oh, Dakota or Ivy Neal's going to win, and Ivy ain't ready. They haven't really done much with her. She's a very underrated good talent, but they haven't done much with her. So Dakota is the clear favorite here. Having two people in the women's Money in the Bank match that was in it last year, it's just very predictable that they're not going to win it this year. Now, they could surprise us. It wouldn't be Zoe that would win it. It would be back-to-back with Io Sky, but I don't think they're going to do that. But it just really makes no sense. And this is my notes here. Why Zoe? Question mark. That's really all you need to tell. I don't know what Triple H likes about her. Zoe is a decent talented wrestler. But other than that, she gets nothing with the crowd, just nothing in general. They've tried, but she absolutely gets nothing from the crowd. And then we finally get to the second VHS tape. And boy, I'm thinking, I told Yusuf, I said, maybe it's Rowan with Uncle Howdy. But what we got tonight made sense. Made complete sense. It was interviewing Bo again and basically finishing up their interview or / talk, whatever you want to say. And towards the last, I think it was the last minute of this, Bo Dallas and Uncle Howdy, which is obviously the same person and everything, they were both talking, saying the same thing at the same time. So basically, there's a transformation that you had Uncle Howdy right in front of Bo's face, but you can see Bo's face through it too. So that was a very great image. That was a very great image, and basically, we already knew that Bo was Uncle Howdy, but it's basically just showing you that, hey, it is Bo, and this is the thing they're going. Hello, welcome to the stream. Thank you for joining in. And this was just another great VHS tape. Now, I would assume the third one they do would be of someone else in the group. Yeah, exactly. We have to remember they're not confirmed, but tonight we got the confirmation that it's confirmed. Michael Cole. Michael Cole's very great. And he's been great since Triple H and that team has taken over, because Michael Cole's literally been himself. But I want to see more of the other group of the Wyatt Six. I think we need to. I get that the last 2 weeks has been Bo, and I completely understand that. Now let's start to get with the other members of the group little by little. So, but very good tape and everything, and the door open next week. I could see that. I could see him taking a break with the VHS tape and then doing that. Next up, we had Rey Mysterio and Dominic Mysterio. This was a alright, decent match. Not, nothing that you're going to rewatch, though. And then we had Liv Morgan. I could see that as well, Yusuf. We had Liv Morgan and Selena Vega in this thing once again. And basically, Liv cost Dom the match and said, oh, I'm going to make it right. I'm going to make it right. It's going to be Ray and Selena versus Dominic and Liv in a mixed tag team match eventually in the future. I don't know when, but I could very well see that. That's all I'm going to say about that. But Liv Morgan continues to thrive in this role. Yeah, Dom did strangle her. I don't know how Dom hasn't folded. Shout out to him for not folding yet. But next up, we had the segment that was very, very, very good of Sami Zayn and Braun Breaker. Braun Breaker seems to get more of the wolf chants, the dog chants that he has with his theme song and everything like that. Sami Zayn is Sami Zayn, man. Sami Zayn makes you believe, even if he can't win, that he makes you believe every time. So, this was a very good segment. I didn't know where they were going with this because They went back and forth. Braun finally came out and said stuff. Sammy said stuff, and Braun's like, okay. He dropped the mic, went to the, almost like he was going outside of the ring, it'd be done. And then he speared the living hell out of Sami Zayn. Saw him at a house show last week. What house show did you go to? And when he did that, I said, "Oh shoot!" And then he was he going for that infamous spear, and they went for Bloomington, Illinois. Okay. So you're from Illinois then, probably. So they had that spot where Braun Breaker speared Kaiser a couple weeks back. It looked like they were going to do that same camera spot, but this time Sami Zayn leapfrogged him and got out of the way. They went back and forth, and it looked like Sami Zayn he did a corner exploder suplex, and it looked like he was about to do the haluva kick, and Braun Breaker out of nowhere speared the living hell out of him again and held the Intercontinental Championship up, and that was the segment. Very good segment to get you ready for Money in the Bank. They did a good storyline tonight and in the past couple of weeks, a little here and there, but it was a very good segment. Sami and Braun was a very good segment. But excuse me. But for my liking, I don't know if they're taking the Intercontinental Championship away from Sami Zayn Saturday. I don't know. But I don't know if Braun can have a clean loss. So that's where I differ. It's going to be tough predicting that. I'm from Tennessee. And then after this segment, we had, commercial breaks, whatever. You know how they be doing these commercial breaks. But the main event, Sheamus, Drew McIntyre, and Ilya Dragunov. The winner of this would be the last person in the men's Money in the Bank ladder match. And I had a very figurative thing that Drew was going to win. Yeah, it's hard to not like Braun Breaker. It's really hard not to like Braun Breaker, honestly. Because he's not like that bad guy or good guy. He's like in the middle, and you want to cheer him more than anything. I figured Drew was going to win here, but the unpredictability of having Ilya Dragunov and Sheamus in it made it more exciting and everything, but it ended up being Sheamus and Drew towards the end, and I'm thinking, yeah, Drew's got this. So, and Drew put on that bracelet that had AJ Lee's name and CM Punk's dog's name, Larry. And if this ain't a foreshadow of what's going to happen Saturday, I hate to tell you that if you don't know what's going to happen Saturday with Drew getting screwed by CM Punk, look, I'm not even going to wait till Thursday to tell you this. I think everyone and their moms, dads, and everyone that watches knows that CM Punk is about to screw this man at Money in the Bank. And that's where we set up the match between Punk and Drew for SummerSlam. Everyone and their moms and dads know that's what's going to happen that watches. Everyone. If you don't, I don't want to say this in a bad way, but your IQ is just not up there. Your IQ is just not up there. And I'm not the smartest person in the world, so But this should be this men's Money in the Bank ladder match is stacked. Oh boy, if Drew gets cost by Punk in the cash in, oh my god. Oh my god, that would be epic, but I don't think they're going to go that far. I don't think so. Drew screwed Drew. Basically, that's basically what's going to happen. But very solid Raw from Boston, very good crowd as well. My only thing is why Zoe Stark over Dakota Kai? Don't really make no sense to me, but yeah, I don't want the briefcase to get wasted again. I'm sorry, but I'm one of those that I feel like if you win the briefcase, you should be a world champion or a champion of whatever. You should be the next champion. I hate failed cash-ins. I hate them with a passion. But I'm not going to lie to you, it would make sense in this scenario where Punk literally costs Drew the title with a failed cash-in. I didn't mention it, but I did see it. I meant to mention you. Mention that and everything. So you just get little clues here and there, but dude, the storylines are absolutely crazy with the hidden Easter eggs. Yes, Triple H is always like that. Rob messaged you about it. Boy, you need to tell Rob that, hey, I have a buddy that's, a YouTuber, We need to get these connections with going to an event or something for him. Especially if they have bad blood in ATL in Atlanta. Because I need a hookup. You and Rob, I know Rob can help me out, man. No, I'm just playing. No, I'm actually not. But I hope you guys have a great one. Get this man a ticket. What's up, Holt? I hope you guys have a great one. I am tired. I'm ready to wind down and everything. So, good night. Good night, Different. I don't know what your real name is, but that's your YouTube name. Please hit that like button for me. Subscribe if you haven't already. I greatly appreciate it if you do. Money in the Bank this weekend. Yeah, it's only, almost 5 a.m. for you, Yusuf. I think it's time to go to bed. But 30-plus minutes. Hope you guys enjoyed this. A lot going to be on the channel this week. It's going to be insane. A lot. So, it's going to be a lot of uploads, maybe going live too. It's going to be a lot of a busy week on the channel. So, I hope you guys enjoy it. See you guys next time here on the channel. Peace out, y'all. Have a great one.